Okay, Nick Collier here, and today we're going to start on a new project. Well, maybe it's not a new project. It might be an old project kind of gone bad or something like that. Oh, about 3 months ago, I did a front brake job on the old Volvo here, which has been a great car. It's got about, it's coming on 400,000 miles. We have hardly done anything to it. And anyhow, so I did the brake job, turned the rotors, got a really nice smooth stop, and then I kept noticing there was just a little bit of a chatter, and I thought, well, maybe I didn't turn it well enough or something like that, or the rotors are crappy. But then we went to Ashland here a couple of weeks ago, and on the way home it started getting a lot worse, and we got to make a run to LA here in the next week. And I thought, well, maybe I better take this thing apart and find out what's going on. So follow along. We're going to pull a wheel off here, and it used to be fun. Cars. Nowadays, it's just a necessity. Mostly because I don't trust mechanics. I don't trust mechanics, and I don't trust doctors. So there you go. Damn it. Every time I've dealt with a mechanic, I've gotten something's gone wrong. I'm just a little bit loose. I know how to do this. There's just times that I'm lazy and don't want to. Okay, taking the lugs off before the wheel comes off the ground. And that way it's a lot easier. Okay. A little bit of looseness there, but it could be the lugs. Let me just tighten one of these lugs back up again and see. Yeah, it's lugs. Okay, so we take the rotor off, and inside of the rotor is ABS brakes. I'm guessing we've got something going on with the ABS. Okay, place to set our disc. So, completely flummoxed by this ABS system. I couldn't figure it out. So the best thing that I do when I can't figure something out is go into town and find somebody who does this thing every day. So I went over to this muffler and brake guy, and I walked up to him, and I said, hey, I've taken apart my brakes, and I did a brake job, he went from this customer technician relationship right into like hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, so I'm going to give him the straight skinny. So he basically said, oh, just take some air and blow it out. It's no big deal. The little ABS sending unit gets contaminated with metal particles, and then it won't read the ABS, and so then it chatters, which is exactly what was going on. You know, the other thing is we've got the little strut arm needs to be replaced, so I went to the auto parts store and got one of those too. So we're going to put this back together. We can put the strut arm back in. Well, you know, I'm looking at it. Actually, it'd be a lot easier to put the strut arm back in with the wheel off. So we're not going to use the wheel. I mean, we're not going to put the wheel back on. And we'll just let everything sit just like it is, and going to have to take the other wheel off and blow that out too, because probably it's all clogged up too. So I guess at this point we could put the rotor, not the rotor, the calipers back in. That shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Brakes back in the 60s when I was a kid, and learning how to do brake jobs were incredibly complicated. Every car had a whole different system. It was, I mean, it was a basic system, but they were slightly different, and you had to know each one. Nowadays, geez, you don't have to hardly know anything. 2 bolts, the whole thing comes apart. Tighten these babies back up, and we're back in business. Well, somewhat back in business. Okay, we're back. It's the next day, and I went into town because I had to replace that one part, and I don't know where the old one is, but the little rubber part in here was just trashed. So I got a new part, and I found out what the name of it is. It's called the stabilizer link, and it goes, no guess, on the stabilizer. So we're going to put this back in and bring it back to a finish. I got the brake all set up. I went and talked to the brake guy, and he said, yeah, just blow off the receiver, because there was a bunch of crap on it, and just blow it off with air and you'll be good. So I want to go over to the other side and do the same thing too, because I'm guessing that the other side has a little bit of contamination too. But for the moment, we're going to put the stabilizer link back in, and I'll hang on, I'll bring you down so you can see where it goes. Okay, can you see that? Now basically this little link goes onto that bolt right down there, and then connects up into this hole right here. And the stabilizer kind of keeps everything from getting all wiggly when you're driving your car. So it just kind of basically keeps tension on the whole A-frame mechanism. So, well, this isn't exactly an A-frame. I think this is a McPherson strut, but same concept. So we're going to put that in there and go from there. Okay, we got the stabilizer strut, or the stabilizer link almost in. I'm just doing the final tightening on the bolt, or on the nut. Bring it down. Okay, we've got one little keeper here that has to be in place. That looks good. Oh. Okay. Gotta get the wheel of the Alright, let's do it again. Almost there. Come on. There it is. Lugs back on. And you know the rest. All right, we finished the brake job yesterday and changed the oil and filter and got this car all kind of back and ready to go. And in a day or two, we're going to be taking off for Malibu, California, and doing a couple of days of workshops. And car's running good. I took it for a quick test run into town and back, and oh, it's running sweet. Brakes are working perfect. So it was a fairly simple repair that took a while to figure it out, and that's all. Usually, that's all repairs are about. So hey, stay with me. Check out my other videos on YouTube. They're all over I'm all over the map.